December Steph is over and done. Fourth quarter Steph is real as hell. And my God, poor Jalen sucks today.
10 seconds to go here before halftime. Oh, goodness. Curry shakes Suggs. It's up. It's in. And a chance for a 4-point. Easy bucket inside. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Come on.
Surprise, surprise. Just when you think the Warriors are done once again, they always pull you back in with a good performance, man. A great win against the Magic, who are a really good team. And I did not for one see this coming. And it was just overall a feel-good win, I would say. Let's talk about the main keys, because the main key was the defense. And the so-called wings, which are Klay, Kuminga, Wiggins, did a really good job, or a great job rather, on Orlando's wings, who are of course Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and do you want to count anyone else in there? I guess not really, because those are the two main guys, and they don't really have a wing off the bench right now. Anyway, you saw Klay early on get in foul trouble, and and Kenneth Burke reported that he showed some frustrations on the bench, and he had to, of course, play less in the first half, but I felt like he had a better demeanor about him overall, and was really trying hard defensively. And he had a huge second half, was just not afraid to bring it defensively on Paolo, especially, where he was defending him in the post, giving up like 30 pounds, and Paolo is also bigger than him, and he just did not care, man. He was defending his ass off, man. He still has the dog in him, the raw strength, and the fundamentals to defend one-on-one, especially in the post against Paolo Banchero, even against a bigger, stronger opponent, like I said. And he moved his feet as well as I've seen, and did overall just a great job defending-wise. And him and Kuminga were really great overall defensively. There was no unnecessary switching. They let them just defend, and that's what they did. And more on Klay, as after the game here, he talked about him and Steve Kerr having a conversation about actually enjoying the game, leaving the past behind, and, staying in the moment and realizing that, hey, I'm still blessed to be playing this game. And I felt like that's a great job by Steve Kerr, of course, which is why he's there as a coach. And while Klay did take some Klay-type shots, he was a much more willing passer again today. The defensive energy was just great, like I said, and I hope this mindset actually sticks with him, since it was after a conversation with Steve Kerr. And he sounded so sincere about it. And I don't know, I just felt like today you saw Klay actually dial it back a little bit and just show some raw emotions. And I thought it was great to see, man. Hopefully this is a new shift for Klay, and he continues to play well within this mindset. And he'll have his explosive games, don't you worry, guys. I feel like once he truly embraces this mindset, he'll have some explosive games, finally. And now, on to the next thing. Steph, man. Steph. He was actually playmaking a little more today. He had 6 assists. He was, playing a little less hero ball, even though still in the fourth quarter he did go into hero ball in a way. But I thought it was, once again, he picked his spots much better and was actually on fire today. He, of course, had some incredible moves on Jalen Suggs, as you saw in the intro, and was just overall cooking a lot around the basket, shooting-wise. He was hitting mid-rangers, getting into rhythm with mid-rangers, which was great to see. And Steph was just more engaged today. Well, he once again overdid it later on with some of the dumbest turnovers you'll ever see. And the whole ending of the fourth quarter had some hilarious sequences. Steph was overall just great, man, and very engaged on both ends of the floor. While I still don't love the defensive eye test, he was, to me, fighting a little more defensively. And it, of course, helps that the Magic barely hunted him and Chris Paul in the post today. I felt like they really missed their opportunities there. We also did a better job, not switching so easily, and Kuminga and Klay going around Kuminga and Klay going around screens, of course. So defensively, it was much better today. The only problem we essentially had defensively was the point of attack defense again, which makes sense with some of our defensive personnel. Too many drives were allowed, and it forced Trace Jackson-Davis to be the help man, which of course he is a good help rim protector, and he altered a lot of shots around the rim, but it in turn allowed the other bigger Orlando players, Ingo Gabidat, Wendell Carter, Jalen Sachs even a bit, even Wagner and Paolo really, to get on the offensive glass and just get on the boards and feast and create second chance opportunities, which they goddamn abused us. But I felt like in the second half we did a better job. I'm not sure if the stats match that. When we look at the stats, I'm not actually sure if they do much. When we look at the second half, how many offensive rebounds did they have? Just 4, so it clearly does match the eye test, because in the first half they had quite literally 12 offensive rebounds, which is goddamn insane. They almost had the same amount of rebounds offensively as we had defensively, which was just crazy. But Kuminga did a better job rebounding-wise and boxing out in the second half, and he had a really great game. A little too much from the three-point line, where he shot 1 of 5, but I thought he did a really good job picking his spots. And he was essentially 1 of 4 because one of the threes was just, even though it came from his mistake, it was a bailout three-pointer that he had to try. And, I felt like his footwork was much better. He loves to tap that left foot and go into his right, which he hit the first one, had one go in and out, essentially 2 go in and out. So I feel like, he's finding his rhythm. The footwork is working much better, and I think they'll start to fall even more. And he did great defensively. Like I said, he had 2 blocks today. He helped out Steph on one of those, which was great to see. Had a much better effort on the rebounds. Even pushed the pace from there, which I felt like he needs to do more. Which, with Chris Paul out there, it feels like we don't have that Warrior space. And Kuminga was able to get an and one, grabbing a board and just going coast to coast, which was beautiful to see. And hopefully we see more of that, in the near future. And he was really great passing today. He showed some really good IQ, showed some playmaking flashes once again. He loves to find Klay. I feel like he really does a good job of finding Klay, who, when he's open from Kuminga's shots, feels like he likes that. And he even found Steph today a little more, and he created some shots for these guys, which was great. He had 4 assists, and I felt like he created at least 7 open shots, so he could have had more. And he played over 33 minutes, picked his spots offensively, like I said, did a really good job attacking the rim. And defensively, he did a great job with Klay on the wings, while also, of course, playmaking, grabbing rebounds, actually getting blocks. So a really great job from Kuminga today. Then we saw a lineup of Steph, Podziemski, Wiggins, Kuminga, and Trace in the second quarter with Klay in foul trouble. And it looked pretty good. It wasn't like special, but yeah, it felt like, hey, this could work really well. You can run Steph Kuminga pick and roll, Steph Trace pick and rolls, and you could push the pace way more with this young lineup and Steph out there, which I feel like, hey, could do us wonders. And Steph was really aggressive with this lineup. He wasn't as efficient with that lineup early on. Then Chris Paul came in for Podziemski. And I like this. I hope we see more of this, and I hope we see more Steph and Kuminga pick and rolls. I hope Steve continues to try with this. In other great news, Chris Paul finding his 3-point shot. It's great. I don't love, of course, that he does. I just don't think he fits the pace and the style of play, which we all kind of do. And he also, I don't love his. It's funny, I said other great news, and then I'm going on what I don't like about Chris Paul. I don't love his end of quarter and end of shot clock shots. It just feels like some of the time he just holds on too much. But in the end, in the fourth quarter, where Steph, he was going crazy, but he also was going crazy in turnover way, where he was just doing a little bit of too much there. And Chris Paul settled us down. While he had the, sometimes it just feels like he's too set on shooting and not just passing the ball where he could, because he had a wide open Kuminga on a lob and he was just attacking the rim, even though it should have been a foul call. And, hey, at least Chris Paul is finding his offense. Defensively, he held up well against the, dynamic guards. against Anthony Black and Jalen Suggs, so that was great to see. And the 3 ball, like I said, is looking good. Wiggins has much better energy over these last 3 games, so hopefully that continues. The weird news were the quotes about Draymond, that he has not been in the facility. They are giving him space. He is giving them space, which sounds like a divorce happening. Yeah, it's just been weird with Draymond, and we know this, right? It really does feel like that they are finally done with his antics. But we'll have to wait and see what comes out of that, right? We'll have to wait and see. The bad news are that, of course, Gary Payton II, who barely just got back, is hurt again, and his body just seems to be giving up on him sometimes. The guy deserves a fucking break, man. God damn it. But I guess that's the cost of playing so hard and playing this little big man playstyle, right? Makes me really sad. Such a nice guy and a valuable player and a legend, because, you know, his contributions to the 2022 seasons were just out of this world. Unfortunately, bullshit keeps flying his way, so he has to keep on walking, and hopefully he's able to find his health someday again. But we don't know yet about the extent of the injury. Bummer to end on a bad note, but hey, it was a great win. We play the Nuggets tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it's Thursday, so Friday for me. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. And I'll be there with Nuggets Warriors video again. And yeah, as always, be kind to yourself and to others. Love yourselves as much as possible, man, and love and be, baby.